In the early 1980s, Americans trusted one thing completely: their medicine. If you had a headache, you took Tylenol. If your child had a fever, you reached for Tylenol. It was safe. It was everywhere. It was normal. Then in 1982, that trust vanished overnight. Not because of a robbery, not because of a shooting, but because of something sitting quietly in millions of homes. This is the true story of the Tylenol murders, a crime so random, so silent, that it changed America forever. Before 1982, product safety looked very different. Medicine bottles were easy to open. There were no seals, no warning labels. People assumed that what they bought in a store was safe. Tylenol was the most popular pain reliever in the country. Families trusted it without hesitation. That sense of safety would soon disappear. In September 1982, a young girl in the Chicago area became sick suddenly. She had taken Tylenol for a minor illness. What happened next shocked her family. She collapsed and could not be saved. At first, doctors believed it was natural causes. No one suspected a crime. Within days, more people died. Different ages, different neighborhoods, no connection to each other. The only thing they had in common: they had all taken Tylenol shortly before becoming ill. Doctors and police realized something was very wrong. Investigators tested the medicine from the victims' homes. What they found stunned everyone. Some Tylenol capsules had been tampered with after being sold in stores. The bottles were returned to shelves. Anyone could have picked one up. This wasn't a targeted crime. It was random. Once the news broke, fear spread instantly. People emptied medicine cabinets. Stores pulled products from shelves. Parents panicked. No one knew which bottles were safe, which stores were affected, or who might be next. America realized something terrifying. Anyone could be a victim. The most frightening part: the killer never contacted the media, never called police, never took credit. There was no message, just silence. This made the fear worse. There was nothing to understand, nothing to predict. Police launched a massive investigation. They traced bottles, interviewed store employees, followed leads across states. But the crime was nearly impossible to solve. The tampering happened after purchase. There were no witnesses, no cameras. The trail went cold. One man became a suspect after sending letters demanding money, but there was no solid evidence linking him to the crime. No charges stuck. To this day, no one has been convicted. The case remains unsolved. This wasn't about anger, or revenge, or even attention. It was about control. The killer turned everyday life into a threat. The crime attacked trust itself, and that's why it terrified the nation. The response was immediate and permanent. Because of this case, tamper-proof packaging was created. Safety seals became mandatory. Product safety laws changed. The way Americans buy medicine today exists because of this crime. Even decades later, the fear lingers. People still check seals, still hesitate, still remember. The killer was never found. And that may be the most unsettling part. The most terrifying thing about the Tylenol murders isn't how many people died. It's how easily it happened. No warning, no target, no protection. Just ordinary people doing ordinary things. This case didn't just change laws. It changed how Americans think about safety. And it remains one of the most chilling crimes in U.S. history, because it proved that danger doesn't always look dangerous. Sometimes it looks normal.